EmParallax here, bringing you guys a complete Celestial Island guide, including everything from basic info, tips, and tricks to main island upgrade strategies. This will give you all the information you need to get the most out of the Celestial Island at any stage in the game. In this guide, we will be going over a few main topics, such as some basic info on the main island area, as well as the expedition area. We will also be going over main island build and upgrade guidelines, boss and monster camp battle strategy, and we're going to finish it off with an explanation of my Celestial Island upgrade Excel sheet. So with that, let's get started. To start off, the Celestial Island is located on the left side of the screen in between the altar and creation circle and is unlocked at level 30. With that, let's take a look inside. Before I give you all a tour of the island, I want to make perfectly clear that any resource collected from the Celestial Island can be used as normal, like your gold and your gems. However, any stat boost received from your holy relics, which I'll talk about later, for HP, speed, attack, etc., only apply in the Celestial Island battles. So regardless of how developed your main island is, it will not have a positive or negative impact on your PvP or PvE effectiveness. Here is the main island, or what I like to call home base, and consists of 4 separate sections. 1. The Watchtower, 2. The Holy Terrace, 3. The Pit, and 4. The Warblimp. Each of these 4 sections are about to be explained in order and in more detail. So starting with number 1, let's take a look at the Watchtower. The current level of your Watchtower controls 3 things. First is the level or difficulty and amount of rewards received from monster and boss camps. It also affects the number of monster camps available to battle. The second thing it controls is the number and max level for your relics and mines. So at a certain point you can't upgrade your relics or mines anymore until you upgrade your Watchtower, and it also affects the number of lots that you can build those relics or mines on. And the last thing it controls is your max limit of purple daffodils, which are required to battle the boss and monster camps in the expedition area. Moving on to number 2, we have the Holy Terrace. The Holy Terrace is the only location where you can build holy relics, which grant various stat boosts, which, to reiterate again, only apply in the Celestial Island. The Vitality Relic generates a maximum of 5 purple daffodils at a rate of 1 purple daffodil every 240 minutes. Leveling the Vitality Relic will decrease the amount of time it takes to regenerate one of those purple daffodils by 3 minutes per level. The Harvest Relic provides an output bonus for all the resource generating relics or pits in the Celestial Island. Every time you level the Harvest Relic, you will gain an additional 1% bonus to that resource output. The Tyrant Relic will provide each member of your team a 1% attack boost at level 1. As you level the Tyrant Relic, it will give you an additional 1% bonus per level. Similar to the Tyrant Relic, both the Swiftness and Red Moon Relic will provide a speed and HP bonus of +1 for speed and 1% HP at level 1, and respectively increase +1 or 1% for each level of the relic. The third area we will be exploring is the Pit. The Pit is the only location where you can construct mines, which generate various resources such as gold, magic dust, and gems over time. Each mine has its own base capacity, which is the maximum amount of resource that can be stored with before it has to be collected. Take the gold mine for example. It produces gold and can store 172,000 before it has to be collected. Every time it levels up, you increase that capacity by 35k. Magic dust, on the other hand, has a base capacity of only 50, but every time you level it, it will increase by 10. Gem production has a base capacity of 11 and increases about 1 capacity every 1 or 2 levels. It is very important to note that the maximum amount of resources you can collect from each mine in a day is equal to that capacity number times 2. Before moving on to the final area, I want to go over how to construct a new building. So if you have any available plots for either your holy terrace or pit, you will see a little sign with the shovel. Click on that shovel and you'll be presented with either the holy relics available to be built or the minerals or mines. So what you're going to do and what you're going to need is, once you've picked out which relic you want, you can go and you'll need a certain amount of gold and gems. Once you've chosen which one you want, hit build and your plot or building is constructed. The watchtower, relics, and mines can all be upgraded. To upgrade your watchtower, simply click it, and what you'll be presented with is your current level and information of the watchtower, as well as the future level and future information if you choose to upgrade. To perform the upgrade, look at the gold and stone of void cost. If both are white, that means you can proceed with the upgrade. As you can see, I do not have enough stone of void, so I'll need to collect more before upgrading. To upgrade your relics, click on that relic, and as you can see, this relic is the maximum level and stat associated with my current watchtower level. So even though I have enough resources to upgrade this relic, I will need to upgrade my watchtower first. Last but not least, clicking on the mines, you will see your output, the current capacity, as well as the maximum capacity associated with this mine, as well as the initial information and future information if you choose to perform the upgrade. Since I have enough gold and stone of void, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade, and as you can see, it upgraded the level, the maximum capacity as well. If I want to, I can hit get to collect the resources stored, or simply click on the icons above the mines. Relics and mines can be dismantled, allowing you to destroy the current structure and build another one starting at level 1. I did a little bit of testing, and I would not recommend dismantling because you only get about 50 or 60% of your invested resources back. So only use that as a very last resort. Last but not least, we have the war blimp, which will be used to transport us to the expedition area of the Celestial Island. The two main sections in the expedition area are the Nest of Void and what I like to call the Sea of Monsters. Upon entering the Nest of Void, you will be faced against one of 6 Celestial Island bosses. There is one boss for each faction in the game. Each boss has a different class such as Mage, Assassin, Warrior, etc. And all of the bosses have specific specials such as Stun, High Damage, and Counterattack. All Celestial Island bosses are on an 8-hour rotation, meaning you have that much time to completely reduce the monster's health to 0 before the progress is reset. Each battle costs 1 purple daffodil, and there are 3 different methods of attack. First is a normal battle where you are able to pick your team and monster and watch as you duke it out with the boss. Second is an assist, which allows you to pick one of the teams from your friends list to battle the monster for you. Do note there's only 2 assists and the number is time refreshed. Last but not least is the smash button, allowing you to choose a number of auto battles you would like to perform. Don't worry, you can't choose too many. If you select 14 and it only takes 2 battles to kill the monster, you will be refreshed those remainder of the 12 daffodils. What I consider the Sea of Monsters is the entire area around the Nest of Void and main island that is populated by various monster camps. Each monster camp is on a 6-hour rotation that begins once you first look at the area. You also have to be on the lookout because random treasure chests will pop up on the islands that can be collected for various rewards such as gems, artifact shards, and more. There are 2 types of monster camps. Regular monster camps, which are 6 of the exact same hero that reward Stone of Void, Gold, and Monster Stones. As you can see, there are different factions and different hero camps that all of varying difficulty, which I'll discuss later. And then we have the rainbow camp, or the skin shard camp, which I like to call it, and is the most difficult of the monster camps beside the boss, and rewards a universal skin shard as well. So here is my take on the most optimal relic and mine build priorities for the Celestial Island. I developed these lists off of the fact that I feel the gem, gold, and magic dust resource production from your mines are going to be your most important gain you can get from the Celestial Island to help your accounts. So with that in mind, I want to put the initial resources into the Vitality and Harvest relic. Vitality is going to get you a few additional purple daffodils to complete more battles, or maybe you'll even complete 1 or 2 just by using the smash button. The Harvest relic is going to increase the output of all those mines, so it's going to be a good investment early to start getting more out of the Celestial Island. This pairs well with early game because you might not be able to complete very many monster camps. So while you're idle grinding, trying to build your team up so you can defeat more of the camps, you'll be generating gems, which is an extremely versatile resource that can be used for many different things in Idle Heroes. As you move into mid-game and your team starts naturally progressing in power, I want to play and build off of that increase by buffing it even more with the relics Swiftness, Tyrant, Swiftness, Red Moon. So what that means is at first, I want to make sure that you're always attacking first and dealing your skills first, if possible. So that Swiftness relic will increase your team's speed. Tyrant will make sure even if you're attacking first, you're still doing enough damage to make it at least worthwhile. Even if you're not beating camps in 1 turn, it should be 1, 2, or 3 turns at max. I want to add another Swiftness to make sure, even if maybe you're facing more difficult camps depending on how you leveled your watchtower, you're still attacking first. Red Moon is just kind of a safety blanket to make sure that your team doesn't die too quickly. Looking at the mines, as we are already generating enough gems, gold is going to be another critical resource that helps you upgrade your heroes, gear, upgrade stones, and all that good stuff. So I want to make sure that we have a steady gold flow from our mines in the Celestial Island. The last phase of my build should kick in around late game, buffing your team even further with the Tyrant attack boost and Red Moon HP boost, fully maximizing all of your stats you can gain from your relics. Looking over to the mines, I have Magic Dust solely at late game because hopefully at this point you are more set and steady on your final, or at least close to your final game lineup. So the Magic Dust is going to be extremely important at that stage to fully upgrade your stones to max level. Now I'm going to go over my very simple upgrade prioritization chart. Regardless of what stage in the game you're at, how many relics or mines you have, follow these simple steps. So first you're going to go to phase 1 and you're going to complete every upgrade from 1st to 3rd. Then once you completed all those upgrades, you can move to the next phase. So for example, going to phase 1, you're going to upgrade all of your gem mines first, then all your gold mines second, and all your magic dust mines third. So once you have completed upgrading every mine from 1st to 3rd in that phase, move to the second phase. In phase 2, you're going to focus on fully upgrading Vitality, then Harvest, then your stat buffs being Swiftness, Tyrant, and Red Moon. I have the second phase being your stat buffs and stuff like that, because even idling, you're going to get resources and output from the phase 1 mines. Even if those phase 2 stat buffs might not be enough to actually get you to any more output from the Celestial Island. So if you upgrade your stats boosts first, you most likely will not get as much out of the Celestial Island. Lastly, you'll potentially upgrade your watchtower. And I say potentially because do not upgrade your watchtower if you cannot fully beat all the monster camps in one turn. I would say you might be able to upgrade 1 or 2 turns, but for me, I don't want to risk not being able to complete all the monster camps because I decided to upgrade my watchtower too early. So if and only if you can defeat all of the monsters, upgrade your watchtower. If not, it's not a big deal. Save up those void stones. If anything, once your team gets stronger naturally, you'll be able to do more upgrades, giving you even bigger boost. So no rush, make sure you have patience, but that goes over the upgrade prioritizations. Follow this simple strategy to beat the Celestial Island boss 100% of the time, regardless of what your level is. So what you're going to want to do first is join a guild and then add a few friends that are a good bit higher level than you are. Then, once you have those friends, find that one person that can always beat the boss in 1 or 2 battles. Use them, throw them in the battle, and voila. If your friend can defeat the boss in only 1 battle, you will never have to worry about running out of those assist tokens. So try hard to find someone who can beat that boss in 1 turn. Then you can see you'll be able to reap all of the rewards from the Celestial Island bosses. My monster camp battle strategy consists of 4 different items. First, develop a monster difficulty chart. Second, defeat camps requiring only 1 or 2 purple daffodils. 3, purple daffodil management, and lastly, the last ditch effort strategy. So let's begin. Step 1 is to create a monster camp difficulty chart like the ones shown below. This is just a chart I quickly put together to give you guys an example of what one could look like. Basically, you're going to want to rank all of the monster camps based on your team and squad. And what you'll do is all the easy camps are the ones that you can beat with 1 purple daffodil. Anything in between, you can have maybe 1 to 2. Then you have the 2 to 3 column. And then the difficult can be 3+ or unbeatable. And then at the end, if you can beat the skin shard rainbow camp, then you could put a number there too. But this is just a guideline to give you an idea of what you'll need to create for the next step. For the second part of the strategy, we are going to use that monster camp difficulty chart to only target camps that we know we can beat with 1 or 2 purple daffodils. I say that because we want to maximize our resources we can gain from each camp. So if I know I can beat this camp with 1 purple daffodil, I'm going to go ahead and battle that. So what you're going to do is you're going to battle all of those monster camps until you get down to a low purple daffodil level. Also note, you're going to want to make sure, if you can, defeat the boss every time first, and then use all your leftover purple daffodils to face the monster camps. But say you have a monster camp that requires you to spend 3 purple daffodils, and you know it does, and you only have 2 to spend. There is no problem in saving those purple daffodils, as long as you're not at like 13 and saving them before you go to sleep. As long as you're not wasting any purple daffodil generation time, it is completely acceptable, and you should save those purple daffodils. The final part of the strategy is called the last ditch effort. The Celestial Island is extremely punishing against early game players, and you might find that you can only beat maybe 1 monster camp or none at all. So what the strategy is basically saying is, after you've used a friend hopefully to defeat your Nest of Void boss, see if you can make a chart instead of generating a chart based on how many purple daffodils it took to defeat a monster. If you can't defeat one, find out which one you could do the most damage to. So if you find that you can do a considerable amount of damage to this camp, have that listed down and see, based on what how many purple daffodils you have left, if it's even worth battling a camp. If you think you can defeat a camp and smash as many purple daffodils as you can, go for it. But if not, don't just waste purple daffodils. Just take a break from this portion of the Celestial Island, go back, build up your team with artifacts, awakening, gear, all of that, as well as continue to build up your Celestial main island, and then come back every once in a while and generate that monster camp difficulty chart again, and keep seeing where you stand until eventually you'll get to the point where you'll be able to defeat a few of the monster camps. Before you go, make sure you check out the Google Drive link to my Celestial Island upgrade sheet, which has all the upgrade information you could ever want on the Watchtower, Holy Terrace relics, and Pit mines. I know that was a long one, but that finally concludes my complete Celestial Island guide. I hope you guys enjoyed the content and really got a lot out of it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit me with a subscribe for more great content to come. Also, if I didn't answer any of your questions or you just have anything to say, make sure to post those in the comments below. With that, EmParallax here, and remember, it's all about how you look at things.